Hi, it's Dr. Palermo with a week 11 instructional video message for my Fayetteville crew, EDCI 706, Reform and Change. Hi, you're writing a lot, and I'm starting to read your formative submissions for the PLCP. I've read those and going to be looking forward to the FCEPs soon. There is a note there that I hope you've seen about formative feedback in Blackboard and how you need to open the rubric and make sure that you're getting the best from the feedback that I've given you there. It is scored as a 0 because it's formative, but I have rated you according to my estimation of your placement on the rubric. So I've tried to say on the rubric whether you're developing or proficient or better. So there you go. Make sure you're checking that out. And something that I assumed was clear, but maybe not. I harped a lot in our last face-to-face session about continuous improvement, organizational development. And now we are in many of these projects, including the PLCP and the FCEP, trying to get a snapshot of the reality in your school at the present moment. What's the current functioning of PLCs, or what is the current functioning of family and community engagement in the school? And we want to put a dot in that current placement and move the dial, move from that dot in some way, improve. Now, these are whole school. It assumes you're working with the whole school. It assumes that it is data-driven. You must show some data, please. And it assumes that you're collaborating with a team to create these plans. The rubric assumes all of those things: whole school, data-driven collaboration. Make sure you're including those pieces in your projects, please. Now, a PLCP should look different in different places because you're all in different places, or it could look different. Your project could if you're the principal or the coach or a teacher. But describe those circumstances, please. Describe the current reality so that a reader, myself or someone else, can understand where you are and your role in moving the dial. So make some whole school contribution in some way, even if you're modeling through one small PLC how you want the whole school to then go. Many of your projects, again, are working from a deficit or a lack of PLCs in your school. You're going to try to model with one PLC. Make sure that you're sharing that. Have an action step in your action plan that you're sharing that. You want to try to build organizational capacity through the whole school. Now, again, what might that look like? I don't really want to spend a lot of time on war stories, but let me tell you one. I had a candidate recently who was writing an FCEP. She had gathered the data, and there were lots of areas where the school could improve on family and community engagement. She got her team together and took ideas to the principal for a curriculum night, for some recycling programs in the school, things that the teachers suggested could enhance family and community engagement. The principal wasn't involved. There was no principal buy-in at the school, unfortunately. What the candidate was able to do was say, we want to have this orientation school-wide, but can I get your permission to do it just in 6th grade? So middle school, she had control. She was the team leader in 6th grade. So with those 200 6th graders, she went ahead with her FCEP plan to work on 6th grade. And after a year-long effort to increase the number of curriculum nights and orientation and a grade-level recycling program in 6th grade, those were the 3 pieces of her FCEP. She modeled that for the school and hoped to expand it school-wide. That was the long-range goal, to expand then to school-wide, what she was doing with these 200 6th graders. So that's the way to take a current situation in a school that's not necessarily positive, not much administrative support, and to turn it into an improvement project. She's now improving family and community engagement in 6th grade, and hopefully we're going to grow that up. Hopefully the 7th and 8th grade teachers will see what's going on and want to jump on board. But building capacity a little bit at a time. So that's the way it can work, and it looks different in every school. In your reading for this week, chapter 11, Hall and Horde is about building capacity, organizational development, which is simply another name for continuous improvement. It's the same philosophy. Now, Kevin, I hope that you found it interesting and heard in Chapter 11 that many of these human resource team building plans have their genesis in the military, preparing teams of military personnel to accomplish various tasks and objectives. That's the beginnings of organizational development post World War II. So there's not a long history of this type of organizational development, and it does have some genesis in the military. Team process skills like facilitative leadership, strategies for running effective meetings. I want to bring this back, please, to I ask, please, that you find an agenda from a recent faculty or district meeting and bring that to our next face-to-face. Bring 6 copies so that we can all look at them and compare along with the, in my book, Table 11.3, Elements of Well-Run Meetings. So we'll look at some of the meetings that you attend and analyze whether they're well-run meetings or not. Again, please bring a copy of an agenda so we can talk about that. Interesting stuff in Chapter 11. I did not include the discussion board for Chapter 11 here, but I moved it over to our face-to-face, and again, we'll analyze how meetings run at your place. Now, I had a question, so here it is. After you have submitted your PLCP and gotten feedback from me in Blackboard, this week, by the 12th, you should be cleaning that up and submitting it to TaskStream. So there's the link here to submit to TaskStream. FCEP is due now. You got to keep working and writing these projects, and it's just a lot of writing to do this semester, folks. The PEC is something that's going to come in last to Blackboard and TaskStream, but we're going to be meeting for our face-to-face, and I would like you to please bring your 2-page executive summary and a presentation that you can share about your PEC at the next face-to-face. If you haven't looked at the rubric, please do. You're required as part of the PEC to present this to someone. I hope it's going to be, well, whoever the stakeholders are. The results of the program evaluation are to be presented to targeted stakeholders. Is that the principal? Is that the school improvement team? Who might that be, and how and when might you accomplish that? So method, I'm thinking a PowerPoint presentation summarizing the PE, but a PowerPoint, and it specifically says a 2-page max executive summary of the results of your PE. And so I want you to practice the presentation that you're going to make to your back at your school in our face-to-face session on November 23rd. Yes, November 23rd. Please bring and present a 2-page executive summary of your PE. It'll be a dry run for your presentation to stakeholders. And if you have a plan for that, when might you do that? And please be ready to share something with us on the 23rd. Get stuff into TaskStream as soon as you can in order to have give reviewers the best opportunity to try to give you some feedback on that stuff, please. And so there is a PEC update. This is primarily to get you thinking about the PEC, where and when and how you might present it, and what might be a challenge for you along that line. If you are ready and know and have done presentations like this in the past, please tell us so in a couple of sentences here. But that's a prompt to get you thinking about your PEC presentations, both in class and to your stakeholders. That's what I've got for you this week. Please write or call. Again, check please to see what the feedback is looking like in Blackboard. Make sure that you open those rubrics and the comments. Click on the comments tab. That's what I've got for you this week. Thanks. Right, if you have any questions. I have Zoomed with individuals who are having difficulty and working on their projects. If you would like a coaching session or need help understanding the expectations for any of your projects, FCEP, PLCP, PE, please write. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.